What up, fam? It's your boy Rico back with the Rico MMA show. Back up on your screen with another show. Got a few things I want to talk about today. Got some notes here going. So, first thing I want to talk about real quick, and also by the way, it's fight day. Bro, I can't wait. I'm up early, about to change out of this, get a workout in, probably go for a hike or something, do my thing, come back, eat some barbecue, watch the fights. So, first thing I want to touch on is will Paulo be rusty after a year off? What about his high accuracy? So, what do y'all think? Paulo, it's been a year. People been talking about his arm injury. People been talking about timing can be off. Um, your precision could be off. Your just anything. Like, do y'all feel like his accuracy will be off? By the way, Paulo is tops in the UFC at landing 8.43 strikes per minute. That's insane. He's number one. I don't know number two is, but I ran across that just searching the web the other day, and I was like, wow, I should have touched on that the other day. So I would really be interested to see if his accuracy and his volume will be as much as it usually is after being off for a year. So we'll see, man. I guess we'll see tonight. The next thing was this: his striking accuracy is actually 57%, and Izzy's is 48. And Paulo's striking defense is 53%, and Izzy's is 65. So it sounds like to me, right, with that right there, you got Izzy, who's a better defender. He's the better defending strikes. I guess a good example of that would be was like in the Gastelum fight, where he basically was, circling out when Gastelum would throw. And of course, he's very good at feigning. He's very good at weaving kicks, weaving punches, fakes, feints, all that good stuff. Like I just said. Uh, but the striking accuracy for Paulo, that's crazy. And the reason why I think it's 57% for Paulo is because he goes for the body. He doesn't just go for the headline. Now, he'll throw those like I said the other day, he throws those looping hooks. So when your head is covered, he's tearing your body up. He's trying to break you down, make you tired, wear you out. So I will be interested to see if he can still keep up that same 57% against Izzy for somebody who's got a 65% defense rate. So, I don't know what's your pick. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments on both of those last two things. The next thing is, like I said, can Paulo maintain 5 rounds, man? Like I said, after he's been off a year, will he be able to maintain that forward pressure like he does? And can Izzy circle around it like he did with Gastelum? To me, Gastelum and Paulo are similar fighters. The only thing is, Gastelum didn't have quite as much knockout power. Gastelum, to me, when I see him, he's not a very big dude, but he's got power in his left hand. Paulo's got power in both hands, and he's a much bigger 185. He's an actual 185. I've actually heard that Paulo could fight at 205. Is when he wants to go up to 205. Dude walks around at 220, and they say when he's not cutting weight. So that's insane to me that he's that big outside of the cage. So that's the thing though. Can he last 5 rounds, man? Like in that Romero fight, dude, he looked gassed in the third 3 rounds, and I was just like, I don't know if this dude can go 5 rounds. And by the time he gets to the fifth round with Izzy, I feel like Izzy will be just getting started, kind of like John Jones. Somebody who's got a really good gas tank, they are just getting started in the fifth round or the fourth in the championship rounds, fourth and fifth. So I feel like he could definitely be just getting started and picking him apart in that fourth and fifth round. I think, like I said earlier today, I think Paulo's only chance to win is in that first round when he's the strongest. His muscles haven't built up with that lactic acid. He's not, and he's firing with ferocity, and just he's like out there like Bane or something like in Batman. It's just like he's just trying to knock his head off. You know what I'm saying? So I think that will be the key. Can he finish Izzy in the early rounds, or will Izzy just wait and let him tire himself out? And a good example of that is when John Jones fought Reyes, and Reyes was basically kicking his butt the first 3 rounds, and then John just kind of came in and saw that he was tuckered out and took over for the last two. Now I think John was kind of more in the clinch in that third round, where he clinching him more and piecing him up against the fence a little bit in that third round. But people say that third round is kind of a toss up. But I didn't mean to get off subject, but that's the thing. Will he be able to maintain that ferocity for all 5 rounds? And I don't know, so we'll see. The last thing is this: do you think Reyes's athleticism and his flow will be able to, you know, will he be able to dominate John Yan with that, or will Yan's superior ground game that we haven't seen in a while come into play, or will they just be a stand-up battle? Do y'all think it'll be two stand-up, two the main events, the two co-main event and co-main event? Do y'all think it'll be two stand-up fights, or do you think it'll be like the second the co-main will be like it could be a ground fight for all we know. So that's what I was curious about. It's like, will Yan confuse us? Will he show us that good ground game, or will he just stand up with Reyes? I think they both have really superior, dominant boxing. I think that fight could go either way. Really, I mean, I know a lot of people picking Reyes, but I think that fight could go either way. Yan is on, like I said the other day. Yan is on he's on more of a tear on his highlight reels than as of late than Dominic. The only thing I can really remember memorable of Dominic is that, like I said, the left hand he knocked out Weidman. So yeah, man, that was just a quick video on what y'all think. Or what I did some extra part two notes for the 150 253. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about me, share. I'll be putting out more content as the day goes, maybe, or as the week goes. So see y'all later, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bonus round. I thought I was gone. No, not yet. I forgot to do the tail of the tape, and I forgot to do the odds. So let's go over that real quick, bros and ladies. So tail of the tape. This will take a minute. So you got Adesanya age 30. You got Costa age 28. So both of them right in the middle, right entering their prime. Of course, you got Izzy at 6'4". You got Costa at 6'1". So Izzy's gonna have a height and reach advantage. He's at a reach of 80 inches. And you got Costa at a reach of 72. Now, I don't know if y'all been seeing the press conference. Izzy's been talking, mad shit about Costa's T-Rex arms and stuff, and it cracks me up sometimes. I'm like, he ain't that short, but he always makes fun of people who got shorter arms than him. So that's kind of funny when you see that. And the last but not least, the leg reach, 44 inches for Adesanya, and you got 39 inches for Costa. Now, I wanted to also touch on this. Costa has those big roundhouse kicks that he can do when he's coming in and charging at you, with his lateral pressure. So I wonder how Easy's gonna get away from that, because when Costa gets you up against the fence, and that's when he does his most work, is when inside those black lines or outside those black lines. So if you watch any of his fights, the Hall fight or the Romero fight, or he does his best work against the fence, not necessarily clinch work, but just bullying you, hitting you with those hooks, and then he'll hit you with a wheelhouse kick, roundhouse kick. Then he'll hit you with a left one or a right one. Then he'll hit you with some more hooks. Then he'll go for the head. If you cover your head up, he'll go back to the body. So a lot of those things, I'm gonna be interested to see if Izzy can do is circling it out like he did with the Gastelum fight. I'm just gonna be real curious to see if he can weather the storm like he has against Gastelum, because Costa doesn't have the same type of, or let's just say Gastelum doesn't have the same type of power that Costa has. So let's see, man. Let's go to the odds for the fight card. So Izzy Adesanya, the champ, is a -180 versus Costa at a +55 for the title. So they got Izzy as a kind of mid-range favorite. He's not like a overwhelming favorite, but he's kind of like, they're like, we think you'll win, but not like by a lot. The next one though, it's definitely Dominic. They got him a big time favorite, -270 for Dominic Reyes over Jan Blachowicz today. He's at +220 for the vacant light heavyweight. And I definitely think we're going to see some chirping from John tonight. I think whoever wins this fight, he's going to probably be talking mad shit like, hey, I'm here. I'm still here. Like, let's go. I'm ready. I want to touch on that a little bit. I think the reason why John gave the title is maybe not so much to go up to heavyweight, but maybe to give the light heavyweight division time to breathe and time to shine. They needed somebody to step up and get some shine, really, just to get and make a name for themselves. Because at the end of the day, if you don't watch MMA every day or every weekend like I do, nobody knows who Jan Blachowicz is and Dominic Reyes is really. I mean, I'll be honest with you, nobody. And I've been seeing this in the media all day. They've been saying the same thing. Nobody knows them, and the only reason I know them is because I watch it every freaking weekend. But like I was saying earlier, I cannot remember half of Reyes's fights, and I've seen all of them in the last what 3 4 years. None of them have been super memorable. I mean, I remember the Vulcan fight. Like I said earlier, I thought he lost that fight. Um, and then his Weidman fight, that was good. But I mean, other than that, man, none of his fights are just super like memorable to me. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but man, if y'all like his fights, man, I'm just like, I'm just not a super big Dominic Reyes fan. Like he did fight well against John. He just came out blitzing him at the beginning, but it was just like at the end of the day, it wasn't really super entertaining. He caught John one time with the uppercut, but they were acting like he just really dominated the entire fight. Really, he was just punching at air. John was rolling with the punches most of that fight and making him miss most of that fight. So yeah, just these guys. Somebody needs to. Somebody basically what I'm trying to say here is somebody needs a knockout. They need a highlight reel knockout, make a name for themselves tonight, and show the world why they are the real 205 champ and why John should come out of retirement to kick their ass. So that's the next thing. Now I'll go over the rest of these real quick. Kaya Kara France is negative 240 over Brandon Roval at plus 240, 200, and these are flyweights. Caitlin Vieira is at negative 190 versus Sarge Eubanks plus 145. I remember Sarge from the Ultimate Fighter show. She's a really good she's a really good bantamweight. She's got power. I remember she couldn't make weight at her previous weight class. I think it was featherweight. I'm not or no, she's one bantamweight is 135. So it had to have been it's either flyweight or strawweight. I get the smaller weights confused. I have to go back and look at them. Forgive me for that. But yeah, it doesn't sound like she's having trouble making weight anymore now that she's moved up to bantamweight. Because I know they said she was at a previous class where she couldn't make weight. So it's good to see her back fighting quickly too. I know she just fought recently, and so it's good to see her back fighting again, really quick. Um, the next one was Jake Matthews versus Diego Sanchez. That's gonna be interesting because Diego's he's a plus 500 underdog, and Jake Matthews is a 700 minus 700 favorite. I know Jake has got some steam. He's an up and coming fighter. I've seen one of his fights. I have to go back and watch it, so I don't want to misquote what I saw or what I remember because I know I saw it, but I don't really I can't there's so many fights, bro, that you have to literally watch the fight before you make a video like now to remember basically what happens. 'Cause it's like I literally see so many fights. So Diego, of course, I saw his last fight. Well, I saw his last few fights and I didn't like them. I remember, but from what I do remember of his was he I think it was first Pineda. He won by disqualification, and I thought that was kind of like the cheap way out. Like he should have just took the L or whatever. But hey, that's just me. Brad Riddell, I know he's a part of City Kickboxing like Izzy. He's a minus 330 favorite versus Alex De Silva at plus 260. And last but not least, Shane Young minus 125 favorite over Ludovic Klein. And I haven't seen either one of these guys fight, but I know Shane Young is up and coming. He's supposed to be really good. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Like I said, like and subscribe, and I'm gonna go get ready to go hiking, and I'll be back. Maybe I'll make another video. Who knows? Later, dudes and girls. Bye.